Hi everyone, I'm Ash.
And I'm Joe, and welcome.
Yeah, I've just still been catching up with everything really. I've been sat here doing my work and obviously watching some SMR videos because I am seriously behind. So
Yeah.
just trying to catch up. Just
Um,
busy with that one where they've all basically turned around and said like this whole GM Ford opening up the chargers for them. It's not really that big for Tesla. It's big for them, but for Tesla, not really. It's drops in the bottom of the bucket considering the rest that they've got going on.
One of the key points that I mentioned is that current Tesla owners would see increased traffic at the charging stations. And yes, they would for a short while. Because now Tesla's going to start getting more information about what areas is actually busy for everyone, not just for Teslas.
That's it, yes. So it's
And
going to take
it
a couple of months, maybe a year or so to.
it gives Tesla more information on where to build more chargers. So this is nothing but a good thing. This just gives more information on where you should expand to. Where you,
100%. Yeah, I
yeah,
also see the argument like for Tesla driving, the next moment you've got to now stand here and wait for a Ford to charge. It's going to be a bitter one to swallow, that one. It's not going to be easy.
but as we said in the last video, we said there was this electrician that didn't use the navigation to route him to a supercharger.
Yes.
It's like, come on, dude. If you drive a Tesla and you use the navigation to route your supercharger, it will tell you if it's busy or not.
Yes, it won't take you to a station where you can't pull up and charge. And
Yes,
if you do, you'll know beforehand you're going to have to wait 15 minutes before you can get in here.
yeah, and that most people charge about 15 minutes these days, especially on the version 3s, and the version 4s are coming as well. So
Well, I spoke to one of my colleagues the other day. Again, he fully charged these at a fast charger for 30 quid in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Job done.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, 15 minutes out of services, to be honest, if you're going to get out, have a cigarette, I smoke, I don't know, buy yourself a burger, get a drink, it's going to take you more than 15 minutes, guaranteed.
oh, guaranteed. It's the same like what I told the missus. Like she asked, "What are we gonna do when we go on holiday to charge?" Because she's now seen how the charging works at home. How I get basically wake up and I have a full charge and I'm ready to go to work again. And so she's like, "So how's it gonna go work when we go on holiday?" And I'm like, "Well, then the car will take you to the chargers. It
Yes,
it does it all, and it's by the time you park, as soon as you park, you plug in. Now you gotta walk. Usually chargers aren't that close to the front door of the service station. Now you gotta walk to there. Takes 2-3 minutes. You decide what you want to buy, what you want. Probably you go to toilet first. That kills another 2-3 minutes. So you're at 6 minutes already. Now you have to queue up to buy something, a coffee or a snack, or with the kids, everything takes longer. Um,
yep,
and no one can decide what they want. Now, by the time you've actually ordered your food and gotten it, you've probably wasted at least 10 minutes. Now you want to eat it. Let's say you devour it in 5 minutes. Let's say it's just something small. You walk back to the car another 2-3 minutes. I've already gone through 20 minutes of time here. People don't realize how much time you waste on it.
no, loads. I mean, like I said, one of the guys that I work with, he drove from his house to Snowdon in Wales,
From Leeds
um,
to Wales.
Leicester to Wales.
Leicester,
So
sorry.
I've literally just had a look. It's 165 miles from Leicester to Wales. 4 hours, 165 miles. He had a full charge, drove from Leicester to Snowdon, 25% left on his battery when he got there. Left his car there for the 3 days that they were there, whatever the case may be. Got in on the Monday, put it in. Closest charger, I think, was 15 or 20 miles away from him. Got
That's
there,
not bad from
charger,
Snowdon.
charger was absolutely free. Straight in, straight on charge, 15 minutes, boom. They all went into the services, grabbed the burger, like you say now, went to the toilet that was needed to do. It took them longer to get done what they needed to get done. The car was charged before they were finished. So yeah, this is people getting what do we call mild or bad, whatever. When people get
Range
stressed because of
anxiety.
there we go, range anxiety. It's just flipping stupidity, to be honest. Use the app. It's there for a reason.
Exactly. So yesterday I drove to work. I drove to one site, which is about 70 miles. I spent some time there. Then I had to go to the other site. But before I went to the other site, I quickly came to the hotel, checked in at the hotel, then drove to the other site, worked there all night, and then drove back to the hotel. So the hotel is about 20 minutes away. So let's call it 10 miles. So 10 mile here, 10 mile there, whatever. By the time I got back to the hotel this morning, I had used half of the range available in the car. I've used 130 miles worth of range.
Yeah.
Now the car is sitting there. Look at that. Bear in mind that's including Sentry mode while I was at work, and it's on Sentry mode now. I just quickly went there to have a look because for some reason my app's not connecting. When I parked there, I was 130 miles, and I'm now at 120, low 120s. But where I'm going to work tonight, I'll be able to plug in on a 13 amp plug. Granted, it charges at 10 amp, but so you get about 9 miles an hour over a 10-hour shift, 90 miles back.
Be all right. You
Yeah.
get back to your house, job done.
No, I'm coming back to the hotel. So now
Or
I'm
back
doing
to the
10
hotel.
miles. Now I'm doing 10 miles to the hotel. Use about 10 miles during the day for Sentry mode, and then I drive back there 10 miles. So I've used 30 miles but gained 90.
You get 90 years.
Okay, so then I'm going to the other site again where I can't charge. Maybe I could just ask. By the time I use 10 miles there, drive back here, 10 miles here again, and then back there, I've pretty much used the 90 miles. But then I can charge up 90 again.
Yes.
And then back to the other side. So for Friday, then it's I might have to do a quick top up, like a 5-minute supercharger session, because I'll be down to probably about 100 miles of range left on a car, and I got to do 80 miles. Considering I drive at night time and there tends to be road closures, you could get detoured a lot. So
Yes, it could potentially be a bit of a
and
disaster.
there's literally a supercharger halfway between these two sites that I'm doing.
Oh,
So
brilliant.
it's like I think it's 10-minute drive from the site. Go to the supercharger, pop in about 10 minutes worth of charging, go home, finish charging it home. And at that time of night, the superchargers charge you less, usually.
Yeah, should do. Grid's not
Yeah.
that busy.
Range anxiety, my butt.
Yeah, I've spoken to a few people that's not had
Oh,
anything like that. I've spoken to other people that doesn't like it. They've had it, they've taken it back. But I don't know. I think I'm still getting mine, to be honest.
well, I mean, I got mine now, and I'm using it in a rather unusual way. Using it as a work vehicle, panel van almost.
Hmm.
There will be videos coming on this and my setup and all that. What's funny is I didn't buy the Tesla because it's a luxury vehicle. I bought the Tesla for many other reasons. And when people see me opening up the boot and I take ladders and stuff out of the car, they're just like, "What the hell?" They freak out. And I'm like, "Why do you care? It's not your car. You're not the one paying for it. I'm the one.
Yes.
If I break it, it's my fault, not yours. I'm happy with the way I use it. For me, this just Sentry mode is a big major thing for me. The self-driving is awesome. The fuel savings is huge. And with the fuel savings combined, the car ended up costing me the same as what a van did, and I get something that's vastly more comfortable. I pretty much never have to go to a fuel station. Okay, I might have to go to a supercharger for 5-10 minutes once after I've done already 1,200 miles.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad
No,
going at all.
no, exactly. So I don't know. People freak out about little things, I think.
No, 100%. It's absolutely madness. Like a colleague of mine that drove to Snowdon, it would have cost him, I think he said, £160 in fuel if he had to drive his car there. Cost him
Wow.
£37 in electric.
Okay, but that's not quite right. £37 at a supercharger. He obviously charged at home before he left.
Yeah,
That's
that's why I'm saying 37 because he at his house he charged fully and it cost him £7 to fully charge his car overnight. And
okay.
then it cost him £30 at the supercharger to fully charge again. So he drove to Snowdon and back for 37 quid
Fair enough.
and still had battery left when he got to his house.
Yeah. No,
So
it's
yeah, don't
it's
really see the anxiety in it, let's be honest. I mean, if you don't
okay.
charge your car, it could be a bit of a problem.
So obviously I don't get the nighttime charging rates because I pretty much charge always during the day, and it would cost me more if I change to a nighttime charging rate. So far I've charged 93% at home, 7% other, like work sort of. The 7% I get for free. I've done 1,085 miles, And it's a little bit wrong there. It hasn't updated. Excluding that, I have spent £87 to do 1,100 miles.
That's £12.47. Or it's
What?
12.47.
What's 12.47?
Your what did you say? 11085 is the miles that
Yeah,
you done?
yeah,
Yeah. And you
at the
spent
£87.
so divide that by 87 quid equals 12.47.
100 miles or what?
Yes.
Uh, I work it the other way. I take 87 divided by the mileage. That gives you a rate per mile, and it works out to just under or over 8 pennies a mile. Yeah,
Yeah, 8.01 something.
yeah, per mile. I worked out on the fuel consumption I was getting on the van, which I went in and took a photo of it, the long measurement because it's got a drip and a full on. 50. Let me not get this wrong because I always confuse it. Oh, it's on that phone. I can't see it now. I think it was 52.4 was my average miles per gallon on a van, which is pretty damn good. Yeah, that works out to 12p per mile, which means
So
it's
you still
50% more just for fuel compared to the Tesla. But if you take a car like a Tesla, like they say you go buy a BMW or something, with that kind of performance, you're not getting 54 miles per gallon.
I can go look at mine. I think I'm getting 42.
Yeah, so even worse. So it'd be more than 50% more than what I get on the van.
And that's me driving pretty calm and chilled out. That's not,
Yeah,
I'm not.
we had the interim site manager on one of his jobs. He was just there for a week while the actual site manager was on holiday. He drove a BMW 330. He was getting low 30s. So he basically just drives through London all the time.
Okay, that's a whole different ballgame, dude.
Yeah, you say that, but it's not because on a Tesla, I still get the same miles per gallon. Whether I drive city or motorway, it's still the same because of the massive amounts of regen that you get while driving in the city. It actually
Okay.
works out the same. Keep in mind, I do 60 mile per hour on the motorway, so not that much wind resistance. If you were gonna do 70, it would be worse on the motorway. But it would
Why
actually
do
be
I,
worse on the motorway than what it would be in the city.
why do I need the 60?
Because I've just conditioned myself to do 60 in the van because I knew that it's better for fuel economy. That's why I managed to get 54 on the van, 52.4, whatever it is. But in the Tesla, if I do 80 mile per trip, it uses about 70 miles worth of fuel, of energy, and then it uses the other 10 while I'm parked for the Sentry mode. So including my Sentry mode, I end up using the amount of miles that I've actually done by doing
Mhm.
60 on the motorway. I find it very relaxing sitting, turn autopilot on, 60 on the motorway, and you just go past the trucks. And just especially at night time, it's just that when it's completely open and clear, you just cruise along.
Yeah, I get it. I normally sit at 65 to be honest, but because I don't like going in the slow lane. So I'm 60 between 65 and 70, constant. Unless somebody's pissing me off, then that might change.
Yeah, no, it's just when I knew that once I get the Cybertruck, it's not going to be as efficient as, like, for instance, the Model 3 and Model Y. And it's going to have a giant freaking battery, I think. I'm assuming. And I'm just conditioned myself to drive slower. There's just many benefits to it, economic benefits, safety benefits, all kinds of benefits. And it really doesn't cost you that much time.
No, not really.
No. On a 2 hour trip, I'll be lucky if it costs me 5 minutes. Most of the time, it costs me a hell of a lot more time through traffic.
Yep, it is. I can't drive.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
No, so
Where's
it
that?
does make sense.
It does make sense to drive slower.
And more people that I've spoken to that has Teslas likes it than who's given them back. I know one or two people that's had it and given back don't like it. Each to their own.
I mean, is it just the Tesla that they didn't like, or is it the electric cars that they didn't like?
Electric thing that didn't like, but it all comes down to the same sort of argument. Like, I had to wait for a charger or stuck the car on charge and it didn't charge. Okay, that's not the car's fault. That is the user's fault for not
Yeah, you
using
need to
the
make sure
things
it charges when you
correctly.
plug it in.
It's this, you know what I mean? It's just things you need to check, and then they blame the car because it's easy to blame the car. It's always easy if it's something else's fault. It's gonna be your fault. And now it's the car's problem. Now it's car stupid. It doesn't charge. Okay.
No,
Did you?
no,
Was it
sorry, but
charging? Did you set it up right for it to be charging? There's a million and one
exactly.
questions.
It's like was it Sunday when I got home? No, it wasn't Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday night after I got home. I plugged in, and even before I walked away, I got a message on my phone saying that it's not in properly. Like I'm like, hey, I can see it charging on the screen, and then I saw it in the app is charging. I'm like, okay, maybe I didn't have it properly to begin with, but then it went in. But it's like, yeah, it actually tells you that you haven't plugged in properly. So just to be sure, I took it out and put it back in, and it charged, no problem. But the app tells you when you're not plugged in properly.
Yes,
So
but you've also said so. Let's say, for instance, I don't know if this is what the case is, but if you've set your car up on your app to charge at home between X and X, now you're staying at a hotel tonight, or whatever the case may be, and you've not changed your charging times or activate or whatever the case may be.
yeah,
But they make it the car's fault.
the car is, yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just a major improvement over the van I had.
So I
Major
actually
improvement.
need to find that video I was busy watching yesterday. It was some dumbass guy making noise about the Tesla trucks yesterday, the size of their batteries, and I never finished watching that video.
We had the commissioning engineer turn up yesterday. He just bought himself. He had a caddy van as well, the older one, and that broke down. Engine seized. So he went and bought himself a brand new Suzuki Jimny. Yeah, a Suzuki Jimny with the rear seats removed, so it's technically a commercial vehicle.
Right.
Like it's sold like that with rear seats, no rear seats, with just a flat area. This thing's freaking tiny. Yeah, it's like this yellowy green color, almost looks like puke.
Oh.
Like looking at it, I'm like, that is freaking ugly. And he's like, it's better than your Tesla. I'm like,
What did he get? What's it called again?
a Suzuki Jimny.
Jimny. No ways, dude. Oh, for real?
Suzuki
Why the hell would he get himself one of
Jimny.
them?
Yeah, it's this ugly green yellow. Looks like puke. Let me pull this up on
That is horrible, dude.
share screen.
It's almost like they took the G Wagon and just completely annihilated it.
What's up here? There we go.
What?
Share
And
that
what? And
screen.
he's saying that's better than your Tesla.
Local browser. There we go. Sorry, I'm only on one screen today, so it's like, yeah.
That's fine.
This
I'd
this
love to
thing
know
needs to
in
go.
what world is this thing better than a Tesla.
So this little ugly thing, and I kid you not, the color looks like when you're standing there looking at it, it's this weird green yellow looking thing, and it looks like puke. Guess how much he paid for this thing?
Anything more than 20 quid was a waste.
I told him that must be like 10K or something. He laughed at me. 30 grand
For what?
for that. 30 grand for that.
I'm going to ask you again. For what?
Like on the inside, I kid you not.
30K?
Yeah. Well, it was just under
No
30K.
way.
Let me see if I can find the Suzuki Jimny 2023. This is a 2022 plate. Dash.
He must be single, surely.
Now,
He's not.
look at that dash. Like, it is ugly. Yeah, he looks like this. This is what he's got. Look at that. Look at that. That looks like from the 80s.
It's also boxy and like.
That is just like, look at that gearbox. My gosh.
Yeah, that is honestly that I haven't seen one of those since our, I don't know, Ford Escort when I was little.
And he came out and he was like, this guy's honestly deluded, but he honestly believed what he said, thinking that this is better than a Tesla Model Y.
Yeah, he needs to have a very, very serious talk with himself.
Yeah.
It's not going to help anybody else talking to him. He's gone way past that point and just sort himself out.
Oh my gosh, it's like, yeah, this guy's properly deluded. He has some Mercedes GL something whatever, like £50,000 Mercedes SUV that he's now going to sell going to sell so he can buy himself another Harley Davidson. You already have one Harley, now he's going to buy another one.
So he's going to sell his G-Wagon, drive around in this piece of crap, and then buy himself a Harley.
Yeah. He doesn't have a G-Wagon. He has a, CLA, GLA. I don't know what the hell they're called. I don't keep up with Mercedes.
Oh, mate. So Harley Davidson is going out of business, slowly but surely. He's been coming for a few years. I don't know if he knows that, but somebody needs to tell him.
Oh man, it's just you can't argue with stupid, can you?
Mm-mm.
It's so
How is that thing worth 30 grand? I just can't figure that bit out.
dude,
What?
I can't see it. Like, he came to site and he brought us a small wall-mounted cabinet. Yeah, wrong one anyway. He screwed that up as well. He
How can
brought
you
us
blame him if he drives something like that, dude?
he brought these giant rack mount UPSs. Yeah, the standard rack mount UPSs that you can link up with up to 4 batteries and whatnot. They're big. He brought a 450 mil deep 6U cab, and I'm
For
just
all
like,
that.
this UPS needs an 800 mil deep cab just to fit in, and he brought a 450 mil deep cab. And I'm looking at,
Oh.
I asked him, so where's the cab? It's like, there, that box. And I'm like, and the UPS is standing right next to it. I'm like, so what? You think that UPS is going to fit in that cab? Like, yeah, it's an 800 deep cab. I'm like, mate, that's not an 800 deep cab. Unless that UPS is a hell of a lot smaller than the box is, which, it is smaller than a box, but I'm like,
Not
that's
that
not
much
fitting in there.
smaller.
No. So, luckily, the cab box was already unsealed. So I opened up the box and I'm like, mate, that's a 450 cab. I just looked at it. I'm like, that's a 450 cab. That's not fitting. Take it back. But that's all he was able to fit in the back of this Jimny is one 450 cab, a UPS, and his battery pack. That's it. That's all he could fit in the back. I mean, I'm putting two 6-thread ladders, my toolboxes. I still have space underneath for cable drums. I've got space in the front for my laptop. I got the roof bars on top that I haven't even used yet. And he tries to say that thing's the same. Better. No, I'm sorry.
And pull the other one, mate. That one's not going to work.
The delusion runs high. But this guy is so far up his own keister, you just can't argue anything with him. He always
Does he
thinks
have
he's right.
Does he have something against Teslas?
I don't know if he has something against Tesla. It's just he's always thinks his opinion is the best and his opinion is right.
Oh, I love
Like,
people like that. It's always fun to laugh at them.
oh, this guy is like extremely materialistic.
That's why
Yeah,
he doesn't own a Tesla. You get two types of Tesla owners. The snowflakes that want to prove to everybody, oh, look, I'm a good person. And
yeah,
then people who buy a car thinking, okay, I need a car. What is the best thing I can possibly do for the whole situation? Financial situation, safety, everything, everything. Take the whole thing and let's see
mm,
what we can do. Okay. That's, again, dude, me a year ago would not be sat here having this conversation with you.
yeah.
Anti-Tesla, anti-electric cars, anti, just no, not happening.
I won't say you were anti-Tesla. You were just anti-electric.
Yes.
Yeah,
Don't like electric cars. And to be honest, I still don't like electric cars. But guess what? I'm gonna buy one because it's cheaper and it makes sense. It's not cheaper to buy, but it makes sense to buy the car.
yes, it absolutely makes financial sense, and that's why I've gone for it because I don't want to deal with VW anymore. I don't want to deal with VW, the company, anymore because
Mm.
it's just been an absolute nightmare. I've driven some of the newer models, they even worse, software wise. And to get a new one now, whether it's a Ford or whatever, to spec it out the same as to what I had, a small van would cost 5 to 7 grand less than the Model Y. A proper sized van would go into the 50k. I'm like, for that, I might as well buy the Model Y for that price. And that's 50k, and then you're still buying diesel every day.
Did you get the Model Y?
Yeah, I got the Model Y. Why did you think I didn't get the Model Y?
No, I'm just asking.
I told you I was going to get the Model Y.
Just asking.
Okay. I'm confused here now.
No, don't be confused.
Yeah, so, yeah, what can you say? So I'm not even sure what we talked about today. What is the title of our video today?
I don't know. General rant, I would imagine.
General rant about morons. Oh, God.
Oh, God. Yeah, but after a lot of consideration, I think I'm also going to go for the Y.
Just makes
Yes.
sense.
No, it's for another reason.
Why? What's your reason?
I hope Lily doesn't watch this video. We're getting a dog.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, you want a nice proper hatchback for the dog in the back.
Yes, and it's not going to work in the Beamer. He's not getting on my seats because it's going to be torn to pieces. So that's not happening.
And you don't have space in the boot for a dog, you won't be
I
able to
don't have
breathe.
space in the boot for the dog. I wanted the Model 3, but if I have the Model 3, I've got the same problem. So that's made my mind up for me. And I'm not even getting a small dog. I'm getting a German Shepherd.
Nice.
So I'm going to need some space.
Yeah.
My next door neighbor is pregnant.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and she's actually a Czech Shepherd, the short-haired ones.
Yeah.
And the male is a German Shepherd, but he's a full-on guard dog. Mate, he's massive. You should see him. He's crazy. I can't wait for my puppy. He's going to be sick.
Yeah, no, I love a German Shepherd. They're brilliant dogs. My
They,
gosh.
they are lovely. Sophie was a bit dubious about it, but she's settled. Well, she didn't really have a choice. I just got in the house the other night and it's like, right, dog's pregnant. We're getting one. Oh, we didn't talk about it. Yeah, we did. I just told you. That was us talking about it.
Oh man, I wish I had my own house so I don't have to. Yeah, I can't get a dog in this house.
No, I think it's going to limit us to a lot of things, but I want one. It's
It
been
limits
a
you
long
on
time.
holidays as well.
Yeah,
You know, you'd have to either get
luckily,
someone who can watch the dog.
yeah, well, luckily my neighbor's a dog walker, so
Ah,
that's the
okay.
same neighbor who I'm actually buying the dog from.
Okay.
So it all works out.
Yeah, no, it does.
But yeah, so I'm going to have to go for the Model Y. Model 3 is not going to work for what I need it for anymore.
But yeah, I think
Not
we
that I,
should wrap this one up. It's getting a bit
you know,
long.
it's been long. That's what happens when you don't have something to talk about.
You just talk rubbish.
Yes, for too long.
Okay. All right, we'll wrap this one up there. Just
That's it.
nothing specific talked about, just a general little chat. I mean,
I think
there's so many things happening. We just
a load of stuff going on today, but I don't want to talk any crypto until tomorrow. Need to see what's happening with this XRP case today, and then we might be able to release a video on that, but
okay.
we'll
Yeah,
see
we'll
what
do a
happens.
video tomorrow. No problem.
They're supposed to make a decision. I don't know what's going to happen. I am watching Bloomberg like a hawk to see what's going on here. But
Yeah.
so far, nothing's happened. Everybody's just talking about Trump.
Let's put it this way. Yeah. Should we be talking about that on the YouTube video? Probably not. Yeah.
Oh, did you see that video I sent you?
I've watched a little bit of it. I'm like, what?
It's a new platform like YouTube and Twitter and all that, but it works a whole different way. And I thought you'd find it interesting, seeing as you normally do the uploading and all that sort of thing. It might be another revenue stream. You never know.
Well, do you want to set it up and start it?
Can have a look, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's close this one off. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers.
Thanks for watching. See you soon.
Bye.